Greetings, royal subjects. My name is Nuke, and welcome to a new series called First Impressions, where I play a game I've never played for about an hour or so, and then review the time I spent playing it. Why? Because I have so many games on my backlog that I need an excuse to play, and playing through to the end of every single game isn't really feasible. Sad to say, but there's always going to be games that I don't like, or are going to be too long, or things are going to happen, or yada yada yada, but this gives me a chance to at least try every single game, and just give my thoughts on them. The first game I have lined up for this series is Divinity Original Sin 2. Now this is the Xbox One version, but this game's also available on Steam, PS4, and Switch. Admittedly, the only thing I knew about this game going into it was that it was similar to Baldur's Gate 3, which I also haven't played, and that's it. I think I may have played this game once, like 5 years ago, for maybe 20 minutes, but if I did, I retained nothing. First things first, character creation. You get a pre-made character from each race with their own backstory to choose from, or you can create your own. I also counted 14 different classes to choose from, or, you can make your own. I like how every preset character gave a monologue of their backstory too. A simple text box would have sufficed in this area, but the developers went that extra mile to make those characters feel that much more alive. Sorry if I take a while on the character selection screen, I kind of want to just make sure I go through everything, because I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Listen to origin story. What does that do? Oh, hi.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Interesting. Great, I feel like I gotta go through all of these just to like I'm doing a casting call for who gets to be my player character.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
From what I could tell, the only things that I couldn't change were attributes and skills that were specific to each race, but for all I know, you can, and I just didn't notice. The character creator was a lot to take in. Oh, I should have bought like a handbook for this. I don't know what any of this means. Info. Okay. Sophisticated gives you plus 10 fire and plus 10 poison resistance. Plus 1 persuasion from spell song. Gorilla increases attack damage by 40% while sneaking. Also reduces the cost of entering sneak mode by 1. Call you a savage, an animal that don't know what it's like to need to fight tooth and claw just to survive. Good lord, there's a lot of classes. Alright, let me count. See, Ranger is 1, 2, 10, 11. Good lord. 12, 13, 14. 14? Okay. That's a lot. Okay, strength, finesse, intelligence, constitution. These I'm fairly familiar with. I have played video games before. One thing to remember, as is the case with most RPGs, don't stress too much about point distribution in the beginning. You'll have room to grow as you level up in the game. After character creation and the opening cutscene, you find yourself on a ship in an area called the tutorial deck.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
I don't think anything's a dream right now. Honestly. Even though it feels like a fever dream if I have no idea what I'm doing. Move your character with L. Okay. Okay. Upstairs? Sure you want to leave the tutorial? No, I don't know how to do this yet. It was a nice take-it-at-your-own-pace tutorial that allows you to really get a sense of the controls and how you interact with the world. Honestly, I wished more games would give you a tutorial area with all the time in the world to run around in. It was nice, I don't see that often. Took me a little longer than I care to admit to figure out the mechanics though. At one point I wasn't sure how to find the key to a locked door, so I started punching it. Which I think it's hilarious that you can even do that. Now while this probably would have eventually worked, I got the sense that that wasn't the intended way of doing things. Nothing in these boxes. Boxes are useless. Door. Locked. Okay. There's a treasure chest with a key somewhere. I'll check those crates already. Can't pick the lock. Examine the door. I can attack the door. Is this smart? Is this an intelligent thing to do? It's probably a bad idea. I did get into a fight with another prisoner on the tutorial deck though, and sadly I forgot that fire is hot. Hold on, I'm gonna move here so I can get him out of the cage. Haha, take that. Oh, I died. I forgot to check my health. Okay, load game. Let's try that again. Did eventually win. It just took me a couple tries, but I got there. Reminder that this was the tutorial. I may be unintelligent. Jury is still out on that one. After figuring out what the buttons do, I left the tutorial deck to find out that my character is being held captive by some of the most unpleasant people.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
And other prisoners out there are turning each other into piles of mush.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Finn. Well, Finn is very dead.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
So, you know, good times are happening. Actually, a lot of the other prisoners are the preset characters from the character creation screen, which I thought was cool. I feel like those presets would have been a, unless you use this character in the creator, you'll never see them in game sort of thing. Oh, you're the person from the character select. Okay, so are all the characters from the character select here? Because I thought your name sounded familiar. Yeah, you have that mark on your cheek. You do. You're the characters from the character select. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I just thought it was a nice touch. Of course, the good times end when someone sets the ship on fire with magic, and then a kraken starts ripping the whole thing apart. So, oh. Well, some fight that was. I didn't even get to do anything. Well, I guess he was murdered in cold blood. I didn't do it. I mean, what do you do? It happens, right? Somehow I survive the fire and the kraken and make it to the lifeboat, and as is custom in this game, I'm given a choice. Save my skin and leave, or rescue those still below deck. Those who aren't dead anyway.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Those people might be party members later, so I'm gonna go back and help them. Bit of a snag rescuing the others as the kraken brought some evil magic bug friends and someone decided to set me on fire, but I managed to get just about everyone out of there. Oh, I must be pretty slow. You could have not done that. Last thing I did was try to save some wounded magister who'd been having a laugh at my expense because I needed her to know that I'm better than she is. Only for us to both go down with the ship, have myself drowned, and get resurrected. I think.
The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. C1 clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours.
Oh. Well, it looks like being nice was the death of me. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Our plans for you, child.
Also, did God just resurrect me? What just happened? I woke up on a beach and couldn't believe how long I'd just spent on the tutorial level, but that was my time frame for the video. Hey, I'm not dead. Still have a health bar and everything. A lot longer to get through a tutorial than I expected it would, which means this is probably going to be a very long game. To recap, I thought it was a cool experience. I liked the storytelling and how you get a feel for each of the characters and their stories before you even start the game. Gameplay was interesting too, just about everything in the environment was interactable, and I'm interested to see how combat progresses as my character level increases and I get more party members. The only real complaint I have is with the controls. They're a bit clunky when it comes to selecting things in world, whether it's objects to interact with or targeting enemies in combat. There is a feature to use the bumpers on the controller to cycle targets, and I think in time I'll get used to it all, so this complaint is very minor. Another thing worth mentioning that isn't really a complaint is that the game feels pretty slow-paced. I don't really have a problem with that, but some people might, so it's something to keep in mind. And hey, I didn't play that far yet, so it could very well pick up the pace as the game progresses. Now for the big question, would I continue playing this? Yes, absolutely. The plan is to have my first playthrough of this game as a Let's Play, the first episode of which is out. All the footage I used in this video came from that first episode, link down below in the description, and make sure to subscribe so you can keep up with new episodes as they release. Let me know if you've played this game before in the comments. I know a lot of people really like what Larian did with Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm curious to know how Divinity Original Sin 2 is seen. Thanks again everybody for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.